video, I want to share with you this job estimate calculator that I created, and I sell this on Etsy and also on my website. If you're interested in this, check out the link in the description. So if you purchase this on my website, there's a 10% discount. So the purpose of the spreadsheet is that you could calculate the cost of the project. So basically just a cost estimate where you can calculate your actual, labor, material, and other costs, and then also calculate the markup that you could charge to your client. And then from there, this information that you input to see if you have any profit from it, it could automatically flow to the job estimate template here, and then you can print that template out and then send it to your customer. So how it works is that, when you purchase this item, all of this will be blank, of course, but I'm just putting it here so we can see how it looks like. So for example, you come here, right? You're basically creating an estimate. So let's say, for example, we put labor costs here because this is labor. And let's say we want to charge, for our work, how much does it cost us per hour, right? So let's say my cost is $75 an hour and I plan on working this for 1 hour, right? And then my markup for this, let's say I want to mark up an additional 50%. So an additional 50% is $75 is $37.50. So the total final price is $112.50. That's what I will be charging my client. My client will not see this, but I will, because this is all the breakout that I'm trying to see, what is my cost and what is the markup, so I can see what is my profit and loss. Okay. So basically that's how it works. You put in the description here, put in your per hour, how many hours you plan on working, and then the markup price, and they'll tell you what the markup cost is, the dollar amount, and then your estimated final cost. Same thing with the labor and material. Material here, you can put any material, how much it is, and then for other, you can put, subcontractor or any cost that would be involved. You put the description here and then the final price, and that information will flow to this template here. So as you can see, when we change it to labor costs, we put labor costs here, right? You can see that it's only grabbing the total estimated final cost. So when you send this to your client, they don't see the markup that you're charging them. They're just seeing the final price, right? And so when you're done with this, or when you're happy with it, right, what it looks like, you can put in your company name and also update the date and then the estimate number. And then from here, you can select this area here from cell B2 to G56, and then go to File, hit Print, right? And just go to selected cell here. And then from here, just make sure this is fit to page. And then you can print this out and then save as a PDF or download as a PDF and then send it to your customer. And I want to go back to this for a bit, because if you can see here, there are 10 lines that you can input information for each of the labor, material, and other. So let's say you only have, 1 or 2 labor. What you can do is you can come here and hide the cell. So let's say you only have a few labor, right? Let's say there's only 5. Okay, so let me just come here and then remove this 5 from 5 here so that we don't get confused, right? So I'll just remove that, and then we'll remove that as well. So as you can see, there's only 5 labor costs that we have. Let's see, why did I delete 5? Let's say I'll do 75 here, and then 1. And then for this one, we'll mark up about 65%, okay? So total, we should see 403. So we should see 403. So let's say you only have, how many items here? So we only have 5 items, but the estimate is showing 10. So how could we remove the other blank items? So what you can do is you can hide the cell. So any items that you don't have, you can just hide it, right? So from row 15 to 19, I don't have any of those. So I'm just going to go right click on. So you just select row 15 to 19 and then right click and then hit hide, right? Same thing if let's say we only have 5 items for material, so we can come here, remove these items here, okay, remove these items here, and then we can come here as well, remove these items here. Okay, this is just an example so we can see how it looks. So as you can see here, I'll just remove all the blank items, right? So then the estimate will look a little bit nicer. This is only if you don't have any items here and you don't want to show it to your client, right? So your estimate will look a little bit smaller. What you can do is you can just highlight the areas that need to be printed out. Same thing, go to File, hit Print, come here, selected cell, and that's how your template would look like when you send to your customer. All right. And then, so in the future, if you're working with another client and then you have more estimates, right, more description, you can just unhide it, right, unhide it, and then unhide it as well. All right. So that's pretty much how the information would flow over to the job estimate template. Now you would print it out. So I want to show you something here. So after you sent out the estimate, right, you can come here and track your costs. So this is the final price that you sent out to your client and then they accepted. So now you need to track the actual cost, right? So this is the final price that you sent to your client. So what is the cost of it, right? And then here you can input the cost of it, actual cost of it here in the white cell. And then in this cell here that is gray, it automatically calculate if it's under or over, right? So over meaning you made more money. If it's under, then you made less money than what you quoted your client. So here we made more money, right? So right here, the total final price is $112.50, but our actual cost only $35. So that means that we got $77.50 above, right? So what did the client current pay? They only paid $42. So the remaining amount due is $70.50. So this is just an example here. Okay, so also same thing with material and then other costs as well if you want to track it. And then also you have a project summary here that tells you what the base cost of it was, the markup amount, the final price that you charge the client, and then the profit, of course, is the markup amount, and then the estimate percentage is about 22.95%. And here you have the actual project cost if you're over or under, and then the amount due from the client. And then also over here, this one will automatically show you the information as well visually, so you can track the costs of all your items here, labor, material, and other, and it's broken out. So you have the different color here that you can see. And then also here, it tells you the grand total of the estimate before sales tax, right? So if you have any sales tax that you quote to the client, you can just enter that in at the bottom here and automatically calculate, right? So let's say this is 12%, it'll calculate, right? 10%, it'll calculate, all right? And then of course here you just enter your client's data and this data will automatically flow over here, okay? So that's pretty much how this tracker would work. I think it's very helpful in the sense that you can see what your markup costs or what your markup is, what your actual costs are, and what your markup is, and then you can track, what is your profit and loss. So I hope this template is useful, and if you find it useful or you think it can help you, so check it out on Etsy and also on my website. Thank you so much.